Hello students, this is Satish Kumar. In this video lecture, we are going to see the electromagnetic wave equations in conducting medium or lossy medium. In the last lecture, we have seen the electromagnetic wave equations in lossless medium or free space, or even we can say perfect dielectric medium. In this lecture, we are going to see the electromagnetic wave equations in conducting medium, or even we can say that is a lossy medium, where the conducting medium actually means sigma here is not equal to 0. This is what is the meaning of the medium is a conducting medium. Lossy medium means there is some loss of amplitude or power, and that loss of amplitude or power is obtained when sigma is not equal to 0. There definitely you have some attenuation of the electromagnetic wave. This alpha will be having some value when sigma is not equal to 0. When sigma is 0, alpha is also equal to 0. Now let us try to find out the electromagnetic wave equations in this conducting medium or lossy medium. That is particularly, we can do it in two ways. One is in terms of E vector, and if you want the same electromagnetic wave equation in terms of H also, we can able to get it. Okay, but we don't do both because one is similar to the other. Let us try to find out the electromagnetic wave equation in terms of H first. Okay, so I said already in the previous lecture, when you want the electromagnetic wave equation in conducting medium in terms of H, obviously we prefer to take the Maxwell equation which is in terms of H. That is, we know that the Maxwell equation from Ampere's circuital law. Okay, the Maxwell equation in terms of H we will be getting from the Ampere circuital law, which is always equal to del cross H is equal to J plus dou D by dou T. Okay, this is, you can write, this is an Maxwell's equation from Ampere's circuital law. So what here, why this J is not equal to 0, but in the previous case it is 0. So from Ohm's law in electromagnetic fields, J is always equal to sigma into E. In the previous case, as the medium was free space or lossless medium, this sigma will be 0. But here, as I said, for a lossy medium, sigma is not equal to 0. So as this is not equal to 0, J is also not equal to 0, then J will be present. Obviously, dou D by dou T will also be present. Now, if you want this electromagnetic wave equation in conducting medium, that is in terms of H, you should always try to take curl on both sides, because you have to get the wave equation in a second order differential equation. So you have to take curl on both sides, taking curl on both sides. Okay, so for del cross H as well as J plus dou D by dou T, we should try to take it is a curl on both sides. So what you will be getting here is, when you take curl on both sides, del cross H is equal to del cross of J plus dou D by dou T. But here the curl is distributive. That means, suppose when you have a curl of A vector plus B vector, we can distribute this as curl of A plus curl of B. This is how we can distribute. So this is distributive property here, it will be following, and it is like A cross of B cross C, and we will have to apply that condition also. A cross of B cross C, we know that it is always equal to back cab rule Okay, or we can say this is B vector into AC here means A dot C vector. This hyphen indicates minus C vector into A vector dot B vector. Okay, so this is how we get it. Now, what we'll be doing is substitute this del cross H, which is exactly in the form of this A cross B cross C. So what you will be getting is del into del dot of H minus, okay, this C vector here is H vector, A vector dot B vector is del dot del. So what you will be getting is del square of H. Del square of H will be equal to this. You can expand it as del cross J distributive property plus del cross of dou D by dou T. Del cross of dou D by dou T. Okay, so this will be getting it first. Now we'll have to check what is the value of this del cross H. This del cross H you will always get from another Maxwell equation which we know very well, which is del dot B will always be equal to 0 whether it is a free space or conducting medium. This B will be equal to mu H because this is a conducting medium. You cannot take it as mu naught into H. It will be always mu into H. Mu is always equal to mu naught into mu R because it's a conducting medium. So then what you will be getting is mu there is just a constant because the medium you are taking is a linear medium. So del dot H is equal to 0. So you will get this only if the medium is linear medium. That means B is directly proportional to H. This condition should satisfy in a linear medium where this mu will automatically going to become a constant. Then you can bring that constant outside. Therefore, what you will be getting is del dot H will become equal to 0. Substitute this particular condition in the above equation. You can call this is equation number 1 and substitute this del dot H, which is 0, in this equation and try to simplify it further. So what you will be getting is, so del dot del dot H is 0. So 0 into that is 0 minus del square H is equal to, I'll show you here, what is J, which we know that it is sigma into E, and this dou by dou T you can bring this out, this dou by dou T you can bring this out, and D equal to epsilon E, that I'll be substituting here. So del cross of J is sigma E, put this in a bracket, plus dou by dou T, if you bring it out, because that is a time differentiation, we can take that outside. Del dot D vector is there, so that D vector can be written as epsilon into E. Okay, so this is simply 0 minus of that will be simply minus del square of H is equal to sigma is again a constant because it will be having a fixed value for conducting material. So sigma you can bring it out. So del cross E plus dou by dou T also will be already out, and epsilon you just bring it out, and del cross E. So now in both the cases del cross E, which is common, but instead of taking it common, you have to substitute the value of del cross E. We know that that is another Maxwell equation, which is del cross E will be equal to minus dou B by dou T. Minus dou B by dou T. Substitute that here. Substitute that in these two places, and you will be getting the final equation or expression as is equal to sigma into minus dou B by dou T, minus dou B by dou T plus epsilon, you just bring it out, and dou by dou T, you also write it outside. And what you know, the value of del cross E is minus dou B by dou T. So now in both the cases, this minus is constant. You bring that outside. Minus of B equal to, again, that is mu H. So bring that mu also outside. Mu sigma into, this is dou H by dou T. As we have already taken minus common, it will be plus. So epsilon into, again, this B will also have mu. So you can write it as mu into epsilon into dou by dou T of dou H by dou T will be remained here. So that will become second order equation, that is dou square H by dou T square. So I'm writing that here, dou by dou T of dou H by dou T can always be written as dou square H by dou T square. Okay, this is a very well known equation, and this is minus del square H. So this minus and this minus will be getting cancelled, and this will be your final expression. Okay, I'll be writing that. So therefore del square H will be equal to mu into sigma. The first equation, which is in first order, is mu into sigma, which is conductivity, into dou H by dou T, and second expression will have mu epsilon dou square H by dou T square. This is the expression for the electromagnetic wave equation in terms of H. Exactly in a same way, similarly, if you try to find out the expression for electromagnetic wave equation in terms of E, you will exactly get in a same way where H will be replaced here with E. So that is mu into sigma into dou. Instead of H, you will just need to write dou E by dou T plus mu epsilon into dou square E by dou T square. This is your expression in terms of E. But these two equations are very much useful for understanding the electromagnetic wave characteristics in conducting medium. Okay, we cannot get the wave equations which contains both E and H at a time. So the H equation will be separate and E equation will be separate. If we can get the solution of these, then only we can able to understand the characteristics of electromagnetic wave. But finding the solution for this kind of waves is a very, very difficult thing. Okay, in this, there is one very important expression that we are going to get from this derivation itself, and that is the expression for propagation constant. Very important one, because while seeing the characteristics, this expression of propagation constant play a very important role. Okay, and this is denoted by gamma. Let us try to find out what is this gamma and how we get this gamma, right? So let us try to take any one of these equations, anything we can take it, which is, let's say, del square E is equal to mu into sigma into dou E by dou T plus mu epsilon into dou square E by dou T square. Call this is equation number 1. This dou by dou T and dou square by dou T square can always be replaced with one very important expression, that is dou by dou T is equal to j omega and dou square by dou T square is equal to j omega whole square, which is minus omega square. Okay, so this we will be getting from the expression. Suppose if you write E expression in time varying form as E naught into e power j omega t, if the wave is propagating, let's say, in z direction, we can also write it as e power minus gamma z. This we don't require. So this E naught is the maximum amplitude of E vector and e power j omega t is the time varying component. Let us try to differentiate this E on both sides. I mean, differentiate this entire expression on both sides. If you differentiate this with respect to time, the right hand side part also you should differentiate with respect to time. This is E naught into e power j omega t into, if you differentiate again the j omega t, what you will be getting is j omega into e power minus gamma z is just a constant. Then what you will be getting is this j omega, you write it at one place, E naught into e power j omega t into e power minus gamma z. But what is this entire E naught into e power j omega t into e power minus gamma z can be called as E vector, that is j omega into E vector. So dou by dou t of E will always be equal to j omega E. So then what is dou by dou t is? Therefore, we can call it as dou by dou t is equal to j omega. If you want dou square by dou t square, differentiate this again with one more time. You will get j omega into, again if you differentiate e power j omega t, you will get one more time j omega. So dou square by dou t square is always is equal to j omega whole square, and similarly dou cube by dou t cube is equal to j omega whole cube, and similarly dou power 4 by dou t power 4 is j omega whole power 4. Now we'll be trying to replace this dou by dou t with j omega and dou square by dou t square with j omega whole square. So what you will be getting is del square of E is equal to the expression here is mu sigma into j omega E, that is mu sigma into j omega E plus mu epsilon into j omega whole square can be written as j omega into E. So what is common in this is mu sigma j omega E, mu epsilon j omega E. So what is common here is mu is common, j omega is common, E is common. Mu is common, j omega is common, E is common. So let us take j omega mu is common, j omega mu is common. So what we get is sigma plus j omega, what is left is epsilon. This whole thing is multiplied by E, because E is common, let us take that. So del square of E will always be equal to j omega mu into sigma plus j omega epsilon whole thing into E. If you compare here, the E unit is volt per meter and this E unit is also volt per meter, then what we should take this particular expression is equal to, this will be absolutely equal to del square. So then what is the unit of del square is? We know that del square is dou square by dou x square plus dou square by dou y square plus dou square by dou z square, and it's very clear that the unit of del square is per meter square. So this unit, this expression unit must also be per meter square. So what is the parameter which is exactly having the unit of per meter square? We don't get per meter square, we don't get any parameter which is exactly having the unit of per meter square, but we have a expression which is having a unit which is per meter, and that expression is gamma. But here, as it is equal to del square which is per meter square, you must equate this to gamma square so that its unit will become per meter square. So you have to replace this entire expression with gamma square, and that's what I am going to write now. Therefore del square E will be equal to gamma square of E. Or if you try to start with the expression in terms of H, you will exactly get the same thing. Del square H is also equal to gamma square into H. But what is gamma square here? Gamma square will always be equal to j omega mu into sigma plus j omega epsilon. And we can write the final expression, but gamma here will be equal to under root of j omega mu into sigma plus j omega epsilon, which is a complex number here because it is having both real and imaginary parts. And the unit here is per meter because gamma is only left, so the unit is per meter. But what this gamma is called here? Gamma is called propagation constant. Gamma is called propagation constant. This gamma is always equal to alpha plus j beta. There alpha is called attenuation constant. Whose unit is either decibel per meter or Nepper per meter. And beta, which is always equal to phase constant, whose unit is radian per meter. Here, if you observe, decibel is not actually a unit. So, decibel per meter can also be called as simply per meter. Nepper is also not a unit. It is also called per meter. Radian is also not a unit. So, it is simply per meter. So, the unit of alpha and beta, we can simply call it as per meter. That's the reason the unit of gamma is also simply per meter. Okay, so that's it about this electromagnetic wave equations in conducting medium. And also we have derived the most important expression for gamma, which we are going to use it in finding out alpha and beta, which are the characteristics of the electromagnetic waves in free space and perfect dielectric materials. Okay, in the next lecture we are going to see the solution of the electromagnetic wave in free space. From that, we are going to get one very important wave called uniform plane wave, and what is its expression, what is the equation, what is the solution, okay, and also the perpendicular relation between E and H. These are the very important topics of uniform plane waves. In GATE, at least a 2-mark question will be getting from this. Thank you. If you like my video, please subscribe my videos.